this February 3rd edition of the college basketball pregame show here on the College Experience on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code TCE to get a 50% deposit bonus of up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 per month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet and use promo code SGPN. And last but not least, we are brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Get your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
Will Wade, head coach of the McNeese Cowboys. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
In here. All right. All right. I've got to cut it off pretty quick here. I don't have a sweet soundboard of Colby, but welcome in everybody. We got the pregame show Motley crew here. It's just me, the green mowing, weed growing, whatever, pot smoking, Troy tuning up in here, the DC Sports Messiah, and we got Cannabis Capper over here, Big Matt. So what's going on, Cap?
Troy, is this your first time as the main host?
Oh yeah, I mean we had that one episode where Mac had to roll out when they hired Rich Rod, and
that's right.
We didn't have any access. Like now at least we can click on the chat and do the overlays and everything like that. But that one was funny. I think that video stayed live for about 27 minutes after we had finished the broadcast. It was just on YouTube still going, like blank screen.
That's legit. We'll try to do better this time. No, but it's great to be here. Great to be part of your first ever like main hosting show. Oh yeah, I'm flashing the t-shirts. Are we?
Yeah, I saw the Daquan was hitting it up.
Nice.
I love my WePay players. We had a nice Saturday comeback.
Nice. That's legit. How you been?
All right. It wasn't even that bad of a Monday. I was actually able to work in. My watch told me it was a 56-minute nap at work today. So I got almost a whole extra hour of sleep. When it's frosty in the morning, we kind of wait to do anything. So I just kind of laid down on the couch and then woke up to a bunch of people moving around, getting ready to do stuff. And holy shit, that was a free extra hour.
Got to work.
But pretty good, actually. This is going to be one of the first pregame shows we do during the week where we've got the toothpaste taking on the high school here on CBS Sports. So we've got a game on in the background, at
Did
least.
You bet it?
No, I knew we were going to be doing this, and up until about 20 minutes ago, and Noah sent it to me. I was like, oh, I guess I got to make up ads again, but we're okay now. We finally got the ad reads sent over. Yeah, I even have a bonus one that I don't think Mac's done yet. So nice. You don't have anything to compare me to, people. I can't suck.
We could definitely find something to compare you to.
Well, let's do Lamar CeeLo right here.
Okay.
Right off the bat.
All right. The line I got on this one, 1.5, opened at 3.5, has moved down to 1.5. Coin flip game, no?
With how well both teams are playing right now, it seems like a coin flip game. And the thing that I brought up to Mac is Lamar has had some road trip experience and success this year. They've even had a stretch where they played like 5 straight road games or something like that. I took Lamar.
Give me Seal at home. Lamar's coming off the road win at SFA. I know that's not like a huge accomplishment, but I just got to think that you give this the home spot for Sheila. They just dropped into they beat New Orleans, but they just dropped into Houston Christian. Not really a bounce back spot, but I just kind of like the spot for them. Also, I kind of like this the Seagull offense a bit better than the Lamar offense. I know they're not like wildly different in terms of points per game, but I feel like in terms of overall like competency, at least Seagull seems to pass the eye test a bit more than Lamar does for me.
I also feel like this game for me was kind of like if you were filling out a Scantron back in the day. I don't know how many people still do that
Is that a
with
thing?
your number 2 pencil.
I remember.
But, if you would get like 5 straight answers that were the same letter, you'd think that one was not right.
Correct.
I kind of sided with so many of the home teams on some of these games that I was looking for a road team to get behind. I feel like so maybe that's why I'm a little bit onto Lamar early, but I don't know. It's hard to go on the road and win some of these games, and I've seen him do it at least. So I kind of have that in my back pocket.
Okay, right, fair enough. I'll ride with Seal. I'll be contrarian capper. I don't mind it.
Start off right away. The duo in a battle.
The epic battle: Lamar versus Sela. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves.
Only 1 team can leave. We've actually got a SGPN promo here. We're running a free squares pool for the Super Bowl. $1,000 winner take all for the final score. For the final square, and go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/squares to sign up today. That's sportsgambling.com/squares. All right, I've even got to do my nerdy stuff where I remember where I put the dang ads. This is craziness. Incarnate Word versus McNeese. This is a giant number that I think is still kind of short.
Really? I think it's too big of a number. It's up. I've got it up to 16 now. What did it open at? It opened at 17. It's come down to 16.
I think McNeese drills the shit out of him here.
Really? I don't. They haven't really drilled. When was the last time they drilled someone? Like legitimately? I guess.
Yeah, but
RGV they drilled at RGV.
But we had Will Wade on the read for SGPN for this episode, and everybody can use the joke. The unexpected loss to Nicholls. We did not see that coming, I actually laid it with McNeese here, though.
We did see that. Everybody, I think we gave it the money line in the main show.
We actually saw that coming pretty.
We actually
easily.
did see it coming. I think no. I'm on IDub here. I know they're coming off the win, the 10-point win against Houston Christian. Okay, fine. I still think they get up for this game. IDub hasn't really been drilling teams. It's not the same team as last year. I don't think this number is too big. I don't mind the home spot. I think it's a bit of a sleepy spot for them. Yeah, give me IDub to cover the 16. I think they all McNeese wins by 12. Why not?
All right.
Who's up? Who's up? No look ahead for McNeese. If Northwestern stayed up next, and they're terrible.
The 17.5 just seemed really telling to me. I've seen it come down, but man, that's crazy. All right, we've got a bill paying session here that I've got to find a way to get through.
Okay.
At least I don't have to read the disclaimer. But here on the pregame show, we're brought to you by DraftKings. This ain't the little itty bitty teeny tiny bowl. This is the Super Bowl. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Scoring touchdowns is key to hoisting the Vince Lombardi Trophy, and you have a shot to score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800.
Be sure to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SGP. That's code SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. SGPN's partner Rhythm is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds. Build your own model, copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard, or have Rhythm build a model for you. NFL picks, NFL props, college basketball, and NBA, Rhythm has it all. One of the Rhythm props that I saw that I really like is actually -140 on the Philadelphia Eagles to lead the game in penalty yards. That was one that the AI threw out there. So the robots know. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
Have you ever played with Rhythm?
I have messed around with it a little
So
bit.
No, I use it for team totals in college football. It's awesome.
All right. Well, if we have an underdog to put up in here, I know everybody is awaiting the CC underdog.
I wish that was the case. Alrighty.
You can give me a couple of them. I only have one later.
Okay, I'll just go through my three, and then you can finish us off with the fourth one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The first play I like tonight, I'm taking you to UAB at North Texas. Yaxel Lendeborg. They set the rebounds and assists total at 16.5 for this game. I'm a big believer in Yaxel. Not here. He's going to go lower than 16.5 rebounds and assists against North Texas. Thought process here is he played North Texas last year and both times went much lower than 16.5, like crazy lower. Also, he's gone lower in 14 out of 22 games played this year. Not a great. I know he's been hot recently, but this is, given the pace of this game, the way North Texas plays, they muddy it up. This is a rough spot for him to go higher than 16.5 RA. So, Yaxel Lendeborg lower than 16.5 rebounds plus assists. Next one. I'm taking you to Iowa State at Kansas. Keyshawn Gilbert higher than 2.5 turnovers. That's how we fade Iowa State here. Believe it or not, he's gone higher than 2.5 in each of his last three. And he's gone higher than 2.5 turnovers in 4 out of 5 conference road games this year. I like him to go higher than 2.5 turnovers at Kansas tonight. Lastly, I'm taking you to UVA at Pitt. I'm sorry, UVA at Pitt. Correct. Or is it? No, it's at the Peterson Event Center. That's Virginia, correct?
No.
Is it? No, it's in Pittsburgh. I'm an idiot.
It's a Pitt.
It's a Pitt. I'm an idiot. Anyways, not a great spot, but it's a short slate, so we got to take what we have. I'm going to go higher than 13.5 points for one Isaac McNeely. He's actually Pitt. He's actually doesn't defend the perimeter all that well. They allow opponents to shoot 33.5% from beyond the arc. McNeely is really, really good at filling it up from beyond the arc, and he's one of the few options in the Virginia offense that actually scores points. Let's go higher than 13.5 points for Isaac McNeely tonight. Take us home.
All right. The fourth underdog play, we're going to the frozen water, the ice sheet here. Only one hockey game on in the NHL tonight, but we're going higher on Brady Tkachuk, 3.5 shots on goal. Just kind of likes to shoot the puck all the time. I would take him higher than a point, but he hasn't really scored too much recently, so we'll go ahead and just take the shots on goal.
Okay. Is it weird to you that his family name is the sound that it makes when you hit a hockey puck on ice?
Yeah.
I've always thought that was super. I mean, was it his father who also played?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always thought that was Keith. I always thought that was super weird. There was a hockey player named after the sound that it makes.
Slap shots.
Yeah, when a slap shot.
He's 4 years old and he's got him just hammering one-timers already.
I guess it'd be like a writer whose name was Click. Yeah. Oh, you must.
There's probably at least a few. There's got to be at least a few guys named Click.
There aren't too many guys whose names are onomatopoeias like that.
Yeah.
So either way, I always thought that was weird.
All right. Well, I also don't. We only have this one slide. Like I don't have the ability to move to the make it look like we're highlighting a certain game.
Yeah, we know where we're at.
But yeah, UVA versus Pitt. My strategy here is typically just fade fucking Pitt no matter what. Don't even look at the line and fade them. But I actually looked at the line on this one. And I feel like it might be time to back Pitt. I don't know if I can put my hard-earned money anywhere near that UVA program right now. And, is it still 12.5?
Yes, it is. I don't think it's
Oh, man. I don't like laying 12.5 with it, but UVA sucks so bad that if anybody wants to get ready to clip this, I'm betting on Pittsburgh tonight.
I'll take UVA plus the 12.5. I'll make Mac proud of us.
He's got the balls to do it.
I
don't have the balls to do it. I can't. I wish I could fade Pitt here, but
I just don't think this game. I just don't think this game gets out of hand. I really don't. UVA when they lose, they don't really. I guess they got drilled by Notre Dame, but I think Notre Dame's actually better.
Is this the worst game on the slate?
No, no. We can do much worse than this. This is not even. I mean, it's a game that'll probably put me to sleep if I were to actually tune into it. But I don't know if it's like the worst game on the slate. I think UVA covers 12.5. It's the line is daring you to take Pitt.
If UVA covers this 12.5, we should be on this over 130.5, don't you think?
I think so too. Yeah, I think.
If you think they're going to cover it, I must feel better about that than laying points with Pittsburgh.
I mean, they scored 74, 82. In the last two games, they scored 74 and 82 points. So this is not the same UVA team where you could just blindly bet the under.
Yeah.
They don't score a ton of points, but they're not as point averse as they were previously. I feel like years ago that they played basketball like a hockey team where they were just trying to just get enough and just keep the other team from doing anything.
Yeah, we're just trying to get it in deep and keep the pressure on them.
Pretty much, yeah. But this is not quite the same team, even though it has a lot of the same guys. I'll take the points. I'm not going to watch a minute of this game because it would literally put me to sleep. If anybody needs a nap, let's say Troy, Troy, you need to take another nap today. Put this game on. You'll get another 56 minutes and feel great.
This is all right on a scale of 1 to Masters on Saturday afternoon, where it's not quite the final round yet. Where does this rank in the nap ability?
Oh, it's exceptionally high. We're talking I don't know if it's quite as high as Masters, but it's close. This is a snooze. This game is a snooze. There will be people at this game sleeping.
Eat shit Pitt. All right, Jackson State versus Southern. This is an okay game, to be completely honest. I mean, Jackson State, 6 conference wins at least. They're kind of putting their name in it. When I first saw this, I just felt like that 7.5 was a little too much.
It's up to 8.5 now.
I felt like that 8.5 was a little too much.
I think I feel like this line is daring you to take Southern. I do not accept dares from books, so I will take Jackson State.
I don't know if I'm going to bet this one, but I was going to pick Jackson State too.
Southern has won 8 in a row, and they've been close in a lot. I mean, a lot. I mean, they won by 5 against Alcorn. I think Alcorn sucks. They won by 7 against Grambling. I think Grambling is decent. They did beat the super team Bethune-Cookman by 16, which is an accomplishment. Super team and all.
Super team.
So I've got to take Jackson plus the 8.5. I don't think they're that bad.
Roughing points over. Question from Hasty.
Roughing points over. We got what's the number?
I don't know. I just saw him comment it.
Yeah, I don't know what the number is. If we had a number, I could offer a suggestion, but
I'm sure we'll get one in here in a
I'm
second.
sure we'll get one in here in a second. Me too. But either way, yeah, I'm on Jackson State plus 8.5. I think this is probably like a 1 or 2 possession game. When that's the case, I take the points. So
North Carolina Central versus Norfolk State. We don't drink, we don't smoke. Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Hell yeah. I first looked at this one too and saw 9.5 was a pretty big number on a Monday night. But this is ESPNU, so I think that they might have a little bit of a crowd juice here. I hadn't decided to bet this one yet or not. I picked Norfolk State to lay the points with them, but I definitely don't have the balls to get in front of them with NC Central. But a part of me thinks that the 9.5 is just a little bit too big.
I don't. I like the 9. I'll lay the 9.5. Give me Norfolk. I think that a better team, better roster, better coach. Yeah, I'm just going up and down. I don't see anything. I mean, I guess you could make a case. I mean, if Central gets hot, I could see them scoring, but they don't play enough defense to really, especially being on the road. Yeah, I don't like I don't think their defense travels, and I just think Norfolk's just a better roster. I'll lay the 9.5. I don't love it. I probably won't bet it, but I'm talking myself into this one.
I will probably end up betting it too. I just hadn't put it in yet.
You're gonna take Central?
No. I would lay it with Norfolk.
Wow.
I mean, they have one of my favorite chants of all time. That's the only little nudge that I ever need to get behind something.
That's not a handicap.
Speak for yourself.
It is here.
South Carolina State and Howard. Both of these teams are kind of skidding. Both had pretty heartbreaking overtime losses right here. And that my whole handicap into this one is I think this is a bit of a coin flip game too. I just think the 4 straight losses and the being able to play at home here gives the Bison a chance to respond a little bit. So I'll take the 1.5 with Howard.
Give me Howard on the money line. I think they win this outright at home.
I think you could bet them on the money line too.
It's minus 105. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess if you want to give, I mean, I don't think the 1.5 is really going to matter. Watch Howard, watch SC State wins by a point. 1. Yeah, that would be fitting. I really like this Howard offense. They can put the ball in the hole and they're at home. I think that helps. I think it carries them to a win. I do kind of like this Howard first half. I think they get off to a hot start. They typically do. So give me Howard to roll in the first half at least. Yeah, Bison losers are 4 in a row. They kind of need this game. They've lost 3 home games 2 in a row. They get a win at home. They beat up SC State.
Yeah, I think I will actually probably bet Howard here too. Charleston versus Bill and Mary. Man, this is a kind of crazy. I mean, you're going to see some pace in this game. Is it still set at 165.5 or has it moved too much?
I got 167 over here.
Yeah, I got 165.5 when we were doing our little look through preview last night. That pace kind of makes me think that William and Mary has a chance here, but I was thinking that this line was kind of telling when it first opened.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think Charleston is just a little bit better of a basketball team.
They are a better basketball team. Charleston's going to be public as fuck tonight, though, are they not?
Yeah, and Mac is at this game. Mac is boots on the ground.
The power of McIntyre at this game. Yeah, 57% of the bets in the spread are on Charleston. I'm seeing this line up to minus 2.5.
Yep.
7-2 in conference, or both these teams 7-2 in conference. Bill and Mary's got drilled by Campbell. Charleston's won 2 in a row. Last loss was UNC Dub, 2 points. Give me. I'll ride with Charleston. They're I've seen they've beaten Campbell and they've beaten Elon, and I feel like those are two of the better teams in that conference. So I'm gonna roll with them. Give me Charleston. I'll go chalk here.
I like Stooley's handicap here. The game's on CBS Sports, which means William and Mary can't lose. It's not a bad point.
College of Charleston gets the win. Charleston by 1 million. Let's go.
Yeah, the Campbell Camels are like the ankle biter of the year. Like once you get fucking walloped by their impeccable 3-point shooting, and you think you've got them beat late in the game, and then they go to that additional water storage in the hump, and they're not as dehydrated as you. They just put it on you. Yeah, we'll ride Charleston here. North Texas UAB. This is kind of a banger.
This is in Alabama. Okay. Give me UAB to get the job done. I think they cover this. Thought process is I like the home spot. This isn't quite the same. I mean, this is a good North Texas team. I feel like in conference, I feel like UAB needs this game a bit more. Both teams coming in 7-2. But UAB, they were my favorite to win this conference early in the season. And I feel like if they're going to get there, they got to win this game. I feel like this is a must-have for them. So give me UAB. I'll lay the 2.5. I think they win by 5. We got UAB. What have they done recently? They beat the Clit. They beat Tulsa. Those are two. I mean, they should be coming in pretty fresh for this one. Whereas every game North Texas plays is a freaking war.
Yeah, that's kind of how they play, though. I kind of like their ability to play defense and maybe slow this down a little bit on the road.
I co-sign. I think they're able to slow it down, but I still think UAB is able to pull out the victory in the end. They win by 5. The game total probably goes under.
I was gonna play this on the mean green money line.
Go for it. I'll lay it with UAB.
I think they go on the road and get this done. Actually,
lock battle.
A bit of a grinded out game here, but we've got ourselves another lock battle.
Yeah. So we'll see who has the balls to show up tomorrow and either brag about their victories or.
Well, I can tell you right now, I already won't be here tomorrow. So.
Oh. No one will remember then. I'll claim victory no matter what. Oh no, Troy, I won that battle. No, I was 2-0.
Oh no. Shh. I can't bet against the green, dog. You're supposed to be cannabis capper and you're fading the green. Come on, man.
I fade the green on the road.
I get faded off the green. I don't fade the green.
Chasing the dragon over here, buddy.
Start slapping up, baby.
No.
Every now and then I'll take my insulin pen out in public and have the needle out on the end of it and like put it in my mouth and like slap my arm, and people will somewhat freak out every now and then. It's kind of funny.
I can see that.
Well, then I just jab my stomach and put it back in my pocket, and it's like.
Do you try to look like extra sketchy when you do it?
Oh yeah, I'm 100%.
Awesome.
I go over and put my head down over in the side of the corner somewhere and look around a little bit. Gotta get my hits, baby.
Yeah.
That's why I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Heroin.
That's the reason?
Well, I guess. That's why they love the Red Hot Chili Peppers too, I think.
Possibly.
It was a bit of an out-of-body experience for them for about 3 years in a row. Back to basketball, I guess. Iowa State and Kansas here. This is what feels like should have been a much more hyped up game, but Kansas and Iowa State kind of let us down a little bit.
Big time.
It feels like a foxhole spot for Iowa State, but it feels like a foxhole spot for Kansas. I'm just so scared that we've been looking at this Kansas team and waiting for them to prove that they're good for a season and a half. And all they've shown us is, I don't know, against some of those top tier teams, every now and then they've got an egg in them. The fact that this is the Fog scares me a little bit, but
And you got
Iowa State fucked them up in the first game too, didn't they?
No, I think it was the opposite. I think Kansas fucked them up in Ames.
Let's see.
Yeah, Kansas won by 17 at Ames.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
No, Iowa State beat their shit in.
I got that backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. No, I read that backwards. They beat them by 17 in Ames. Both these teams got caught looking ahead to this, though. So I don't know. It's really hard to know what to do here. Iowa State getting drilled by Kansas State at home, bad loss, and Kansas losing at Baylor, not as bad, but I mean, I kind of feel like this Kansas team should expect to beat Baylor even on the road.
When they're playing 7 guys, I would think that Kansas should be able to beat Baylor, and when they have a 20-point lead, they should probably be able to at least hold on to it.
Yeah. Do we know? I mean, do we know? At least we know which side is like Super Public tonight. Is it? My guess is be Iowa State. They've got the higher number next to their name.
Kansas at the Fog versus Super Public ranked team. I'm not sure. I'll look at the DraftKings splits here because
I'm doing the same.
Got to get the most public.
No, Public is on Kansas.
Rutro Raggy. Well, last night I picked the Cyclones to get this done because Kansas is just not good. They're just they're kind of a pansy team.
They are.
Is this a play where it's Super Bowl week, so Kansas is going to get the calls?
I think Kansas always gets the calls in the Fog, do they not?
Are they going to be able to inbound the ball?
Maybe.
I mean, they even had trouble against Baylor. If you noticed in that game, they had like 5 or 6 balls that got deflected on like simple made basket inbounds. That's like, what is going on?
So I guess the question: what's more likely? Does Iowa State lose 3 straight, or does Kansas lose like 3? Is it be their 3rd home loss this year? Would it not?
3rd Fog loss.
So what's more likely to happen? Iowa State losing 3 in a row, or Kansas having 3 Fog losses in a season?
The one thing in the past, I would have thought that it was actually more likely for Iowa State to win this game after watching a physical Houston team. I know they needed a miracle, but they went in there and kind of bossed them around in the second half and had their way. Iowa State kind of used to play like that, but now they're a little bit more of a stretch it out and run on offense. So this is going to be a really close game, and no matter who you bet, it's going to be a sweat.
Give me Iowa State. It's up to 3. I'll take Iowa State plus the 3.
I just think maybe with climate change and whatnot, there's just not as much fog there as there used to be. Like it's not as thick. You can see through it easier. I
don't think this is the same Kansas team. I think this is a really mediocre Kansas team. It's probably. I mean, honestly, is this like the worst Kansas team that we've seen in the last? I mean, based on results, like the worst Kansas team we've seen in what? 20 years more?
It's got to be at least 2 decades.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, I'm on the Cyclones. It feels like very high winds moves fog out of the area very, very rapidly.
Yeah, Cyclones beat fog, I think is how it goes. So
spin them around and throw them out and spit them out.
So either way,
right.
I'll ride with the Clones. I think you are too. Yeah, I mean, what's odd is my initial reaction to seeing this line says take Iowa State money line. I guess if I'm going to bet this, I'm going to bet it on the money line. I'll just take the plus. I'll take the plus 124 and hope that I get home. However, the fact that my initial reaction tells me that tells me I should probably take Kansas. I'm on the Iowa State money line. Initial reaction wins out. Don't be questionable, Capper.
Yeah, you gotta
be confident, Capper.
You gotta stick with your gut.
Yeah.
Whichever, you gotta take an edible and stick with your gut. That's the true cannabis capping way.
It really is. Do the research high, make the bets high.
Yeah.
Get high profits.
Get high profits. All right, we got a couple more bills to pay, and then we can go through some of the games if anybody wants to drop games in chat that we haven't gone through yet.
Please, if you have anything, drop it in the chat right now if you want us to go through anything. I know a few folks did that previously. I was too busy capping over here to pay attention as to be as diligent in the chat. I'm terribly sorry for letting you down.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh no, I'm a terrible co-host, and I sincerely apologize for the challenge or for the gap. So I'll make an effort to do it better next time. I promise.
All right. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And you know your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks and it's completely free. Sign up today and use the promo code SGPN so you get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog. The big game is coming this Sunday, and Underdog has you covered. New customers get a Travis Kelce free pick if they sign up before the game. Plus, Underdog's site-wide no-sweat entry token is now live. You can cash in on your Underdog entry or get bonus credit in return. We did an Underdog entry pick 'em earlier. I don't know if you want to run through the 3 guys you picked real quick.
Sure. Yaxel Lindeborg lower than 16.5 rebounds and assists. Keyshawn Gilbert higher than 2.5 turnovers, and Isaac McNeely higher than 13.5 points.
And I also threw in a Brady Tkachuk higher than 3.5 shots on goal in the hockey game. So sign up with SGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN.
Okay,
All right, I didn't stumble over myself too much there.
I got a couple stars for you.
All right, let's do some stars.
Okay,
Rob
Donaldson has Houston Christian versus Nicholls.
Hell yeah!
I think everybody at SGPN is on Houston Christian. What's wrong?
This is the blind bet, right? Every single person is just hammering Houston Christian because they cover everything now.
Pretty much, yes. I mean, it's 8 points is what it was last night. That's what I bet it at.
Is there any chance that Nicholls has a home blitzkrieg up their sleeve?
Potentially, but I like that this Houston Christian team is feisty. I dig them. Line is it's down to 7.5. I still like it for Houston Christian. I think they cover this.
I mean, they've been a cover machine. Nicholls also off of a real big win. I feel like it's almost time to hop off the Houston Christian roller coaster, but since they've covered so much, I feel okay just riding with them.
I'll ride with HU. I like this team.
Oh, we got a banger here.
Coppin State at UMES. Maryland Eastern Shore, UMES. Line on this guy. I've got
3.5.
3.5
Eastern Shore.
Down from 4.5. You can't. I mean, UMES is 0-5 in conference play. This is their win, right?
The only team that gives up more points than Coppin State is UMES.
But can Coppin State score?
But Coppin State can't score enough to take advantage of that, I don't think.
They average 60.5 points per game.
We're rolling Eastern Shore here.
Eastern Shore, the line's telling us, right? I mean, you can't. Don't take Coppin State on the road, and
don't take Coppin State just in general, right?
Give me UMES. I'll lay the 3. The line's telling you. There's no other reason to favor them, unless they're getting their first win here. Brian Hasty says can't lay points with Eastern Shore. I say can't lay points with Coppin either. So I think the line's telling us what's going to happen. This is the UMES conference win. They get it done here. I'm willing to lock UMES. I'm locking UMES and I'm watching this game. How about that?
Hell yeah.
Get that in right now.
Is under 140.5 viable?
Let's see what we got here. Yes, it is very viable.
I like the under 140.5.
This is gonna be an ugly. I can't wait for it.
I can't wait to watch every minute of this game.
I got it at minus. I'm laying the 4. I wish Noah was here so he could tell us what the cocktail napkin says. I got 141. I'll go under that as well. Let's go UMES. Lock it all up.
SFA in New Orleans.
SFA and Nolans. Nolans is terrible, but so is SFA.
Is this a Super Bowl bump game?
How is this? Okay, I mean, I've got the line at 7.5. I can't imagine. I mean, I guess you have to lay it with SFA just because New Orleans is so bad.
The only thing that I'm thinking is that this is a New Orleans Super Bowl bump.
9-13 overall for SFA, 2-9 in the Southland. Somehow the Privateers are 2-9 in the Southland as well. And Nolans has lost 4 in a row. They can't stop any. They don't play any defense.
They go Houston Christian, Incarnate Word, McNeese after this.
Are you saying this is a look-ahead spot to Houston Christian?
I'm saying that this is you're on a 4-game losing streak, and you might be looking at 4 more if you can't get this one.
I think the under is also in play here. I think that might be in play. Let's see because New Orleans doesn't play any defense, but SFA can't. It's the same almost.
Yeah, can they take advantage of that? Probably not that much, right?
Yeah.
I'm rolling Privateers on the money line with a Super Bowl home bump here to get a win.
It's up to 8.5. Come on, what are they doing to me?
I will take the 8.5 too.
Give me New Orleans plus 8.5. Too many. They don't play any.
How are they going to score the 9 points to cover the game? I don't get it.
No, scoring isn't that big of a problem. It's the stopping the other team from scoring that's the issue.
They don't play any defense, like you said, but they don't.
Are there suspensions with New Orleans? The chat's asking. They can do a fight? I don't see any news on suspensions. Even if there were player suspensions on this, I don't think it would influence the line all that much. New Orleans. Let's see what we got. I honestly, I'm not. If there are suspensions, I'm not aware of any with the New Orleans Privateers. I don't know if you could find it.
This is a dumb handicap, but this is everybody's in town for Super Bowl weekend. There's going to be people looking for something to do.
This is not something to do. This is something to avoid.
They're going to hit up the Fire SFA New Orleans basketball game. I definitely think it's too many points if it's 8.5.
Yeah, I can't lay 8.5 points with SFA.
Can't do it.
Give me New Orleans plus 8.5. I think the under is in play here. However, I mean, as much as an under can be in play for New Orleans.
What about this Northern Colorado Idaho State game? How do you feel about this one?
Take a look at the line.
Still 1.5.
Is it still 1.5?
Stinky.
I like the Northern Colorado side.
I thought that the 145.5 was achievable to go over here.
I got 144 over here.
Yeah, 144.5 now.
Mm-hmm. So
I was going to take the Bengals here outright. Stinky line. Telling you it's going to be close. A little bit of home comfortability here for the Bengals. But I do like at 144.5, I like the over.
I kind of like that over too. It's a good call. Yeah, man.
Do we have anything else?
Mm.
You betting anything in that Alcorn State Grambling game?
I did bet. No, I did bet. I bet Weber tonight. I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I hate Northern Arizona. I cannot stand. That's
It's only 1.5.
They're barely a basketball. How are they? How do they have 13 wins? Who have they played?
I hope they have some funny people on the schedule because I'm about to look it up.
I'm looking at same. I refuse to
Oh,
believe it.
well, they have 3 wins against teams that aren't.
Park University, Gilbert, Nelson, and Embry. Oh, 4. Embry.
Oh, yeah, 4.
Embry Riddle, Arizona,
non-logo
Benedictine.
teams.
They got 4 non-logo wins. So
4 starters
takes it
from
down-
New Orleans not playing.
that's 9-9. They somehow beat Idaho at Idaho. They,
All right.
they beat EDub at EDub. They have a win over Weber already. Oh, Weber gets their win back. There you go. I cannot stand this Northern Arizona team.
Abort New Orleans. 4 starters not playing.
Does that matter?
Maybe.
Do you want to do the under a New Orleans team total?
It's probably a better way to go about it.
I think so too. Let's see what we got here.
What is it at?
Oh, if you give me a minute. 65.5. Okay, we're going way under that.
I was going to say their season average is 67.5,
And that's with the 4 starters.
that's with everybody playing.
So yeah, the team total under is the case of what to do with four New Orleans starters not playing.
All right. Well, we kind of went through everything. Not a big slate tonight, but a couple of cool games. I won't be back tomorrow for you guys. I'll be going to the hockey game in DC, but this was fun. I didn't fuck anything up, I don't think.
No, not terribly. No, we did okay. I think we kept the show moving for the most part.
It was. This is going to be one of the shows of all time.
It definitely is one of them.
One of the shows of all time.
I mean, do you want to do a little look ahead tomorrow or not?
We can, or you want to pick like an outright dog?
Oh yeah, we got to do our dog parlay.
Outright dog.
My outright dog for tonight.
Little yappers.
I can't do that one. I can't do.
Unless you're going to go with the Rob Donaldson logo.
I'm not going to go with the Rob Donaldson logo. I think that was one of that was one of the plays last night from I think Noah's on the Rob Donaldson logo.
The Chappelle Show skit where the Wu-Tang Clan gets drafted by the Asians and they do the Old Dirty Bastard is change his name to the Old Dirty Chinese Restaurant.
I'm struggling to find a dog that I really like. How about you got one in mind?
I mean, I like Howard, but they're only a 1.5 dog.
I'll do Florida A&M outright. They're a 2-point dog. I'll do a little yapper to start us off. So do Florida A&M, and do you want to do Howard?
I'll roll with the Iowa State Cyclones.
Okay.
Fog 3 losses.
I'll throw Howard in there, and I'll do Iowa State on the money line. That'll get me up to 8.5 to 1.
Nice. I feel like Mac's putting that in right now.
I guarantee you Mac is putting that in right now. If he probably bet that already. It's probably his money line.
He couldn't even make it through an episode without coming in and calling everyone a jack fuck. Couldn't even get through one, guys. Even when he's not here, he's always watching.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we got games about to tip off here.
Yeah, man.
I've had Colgate and Lehigh on in the background. I guess Lehigh's up 5 at halftime.
Yeah. The system is clearly broken. You can't just bet the toothpaste company blindly anymore.
Yeah, it stinks. I used to love Colgate toothpaste.
Colgate Vermont, but it's not the system is not the system anymore.
It's almost the reverse system.
It is.
It's got to fade them. But all right, guys, have fun watching basketball, and it was fun going through the games with you beforehand. That's Cannabis Capper. I don't know where your dash or whatever is in your Twitter at, if you want to put it out there.
It's at Cannabis Capper.
Is it you use 4s as A's, right?
It's just the name.
Okay.
The handle itself is just the traditional spelling of Cannabis Capper.
Nice. And I'm Troy. If you want to see hilarious memes, you can always go to my Twitter, just at Troy Tuning, because it's so old that I made Twitter when I just made it my name.
You can change that,
Yeah, but it was always so cool. Everybody else had a weird name with a bunch of numbers and stuff, and I was just my own name. Although I guess I get doxxed sometimes.
I can see that too. No, originally I had mine as mine plus the site I worked for, and then the site I worked for died, so I had to figure out a different handle, and that became the Cannabis Capper. Actually, no. Okay, funny. Okay, so you want to know the origin of the name?
Sure.
This is years ago. I forget who we were watching, but there were all kinds of different cappers out. There's Boston Capper. There's a Quarantine Capper was a guy that I used to know. A couple other guys who'd always have the name Capper in their name. And one of my buddies asked me, he's like, who would you be if you were if you were a tout? What would your handle be? And there may or may not have been a device on the table in front of us that was able to indicate which direction my name would go. So yeah, I'm like, I'll be the Cannabis Capper. You know me, man. I'm the Cannabis Capper. So that's the origin story behind Cannabis Capper. Not nearly as exciting as like getting bit by a spider and becoming Cannabis Capper or anything.
That'd be sick. You got bit by like a living weed plant, like a personified weed plant, and you were just always high.
That's my power. I'm just like,
what's your superpower? Oh, I don't have to smoke anymore. I'm just blazed 24/7.
Life is awesome.
This is great. I lost my forklift driver application certification though, so
you test positive for every drug test ever.
Yeah, it sucks. I gotta take tickets at Disney now.
I would weigh 500 pounds. I'd just be constantly eating. I would just live at Taco Bell if that was the case.
Maybe that was the security guard. Have you ever seen the video of the NASCAR security guard that's doing the pat downs, but he's legitimately just like,
that was NASCAR? I thought it was like English soccer or something like that.
It could have been like League 3 English soccer or something like that. That would be me. I would apply to be a security guard and just stand there like eyes closed completely. Like, you're good. You're good.
All right, guys. It's been fun. Let's get to basketball though, shall we?
We got to get out of here. Take it easy, everybody. And I guess I just play the normal song again.
Yeah, you could do that. This is... Oh, no, is the show starting again?
Yeah, it's just on repeat.
We're going to go back through it until we get it correct.